Welcome back, my friendly friends, to more Trails Through Daybreak 2. Pharaoh Fiasco here, and last episode we got done with our first daytime at Nemeth Island. Actually, in between this episode and the last, I did a lot of house cleaning for the achievements. Oh, check that out. But we went into the Marianne Garten. We got Agnes, Leon, and Shizuna their MVPs, so took care of that. I also fished and caught every single. I was probably definitely further behind than I thought on the fish, but I caught all of them. So we're going to start with whatever this is. This looks like an MVP's room, huh? Pretty sure this is Walter and Towson's room. Walter and Towson? That's a random pair. I feel kind of bad that Towson has to share a room with that guy. Yeah. Wait, I hear voices. And is that someone crying? Why? Why me? Oh, he's really upset that he got the sack. My horrible luck finally makes sense. It's all because I've been cursed. Wow. That's the only conclusion you can reach, huh? That's gotta be Towson. Sounds like he's not in the best mood either. All that drinking earlier didn't help. Maybe I should pop in real quick to check on him. Yeah, let's go ahead and help a bro out. Well, he's not our bro. He's somebody's bro. Hey there. Sorry for barging in. The Spriggan? What are you doing here? Oh, nothing. Just thought I heard somebody blubbering their eyes out and figured I should look into it. Van is such a nice guy. Not actually, when you think about it, not many people would have gone into the room of a crying person and wanted to help them out. I think most people actually would have just kept it pushing. So, yeah. Van's a pretty standout dude. Rooming with Walter's that bad, huh? I wasn't blubbering. Do I look like the blubbering type to you? And while I certainly am not pleased to share a space with that brute, there are far more concerning matters on my plate at the moment. Okay then, lay it on me. What's the problem? There's this reporter named Marielle. Oh yeah, you know, the one that was taking pictures for tourists earlier today? Yeah, I know her. Looked like she was giving them away too. Oh, that's nice of her. Free pictures of your vacation time on the resort. That stuff would normally run you an arm and a freaking leg. Well, a little while ago, I received a few pictures of my own from her. And you didn't like how you looked in them? That's when I saw it. Oh, the ghost. A strange white shadow hovering over me. Oh, brother. That's what's got you so upset? Hey, this is a big deal, all right? Here, see for yourself. Now, let's see how convincing this is. That's it? That's what's got him in this such a tizzy? Bro, that's a smudge. Huh. There really is something there. This was taken out in front of the abandoned church, right? That could be damage to the photograph. I don't know, dude. I'm just highly skeptical. Like, obviously in their world, there might be something to it, but still. Wonder what that haze is. See? I told you there was something strange going on. It must be a ghost, and it's been haunting me this whole time. Well, let's not jump to any wild conclusions, or any more wild conclusions. Well, at least you got a pretty cool picture out of it. How can you be so blasé about this? This is evidence of paranormal activity. Ghosts caught on camera. You know what? By their usual evidential standards, yeah, dude, you stumbled onto a freaking gold mine. But for everybody else, this is literally nothing. Even modern science has been able to proof of the afterlife. How are you not absolutely petrified? I don't know what to tell you. If the higher elements are at work here, I wouldn't be so surprised that a place like that was teeming with ghostly-looking monsters. There's lots of stuff that can't be explained with science. Doesn't mean you're being haunted. Ugh, you must take me for a fool. I should have known you wouldn't understand. First I had to deal with that horrible incident in Basel last year, then I lost my job, and now I can't even take a proper vacation. I'm positive it's all because of this evil spirit. There's simply no other explanation. Really? There's no other explanation as to why the thing in Basel happened or you lost your job? It's a ghost. Okay. As long as it's got its claws in me, my life will be filled with nothing but misfortune. How will I ever rid myself of this horrible affliction? Look, if you're that scared, why don't you try and figure out what that white blob actually is? Sure, it looks like a ghost, but maybe it's just like when people see celebrities in their toast or something. I suppose the unknown is sometimes more scary than the truth. But how do you suggest we investigate the identity of a ghost? The very idea is ridiculous. Now hold on. We? Van didn't say nothing about us doing it, he said you doing it. Actually, I think there might be a few people on this island that know a thing or two about spirits. Plus, I'd hate to leave him like this. If I ignore it all, he might just become even more of a headache. Should I help him get to the bottom of this ghost business? Yeah. This will up our gray? Not our law? That's interesting. How about this? I'll figure out what's going on with this ghost thing as long as you put in a formal request. He's like, you better pay me for my time. Request? Oh, you must mean your 4 SPGs. As luck would have it, I know some people on the island right now who could be considered paranormal specialists. With their help, I'll be able to figure out the truth behind your little ghost problem. So we've got Leon, Celise, who else? It might just be those two. Yeah, I don't think there's anybody else. There's a lot of people who have experience fighting that type of stuff, but not really much experience with their overall nature, I guess. And hey, if it really is a ghost, all we have to do is exorcise it. I figured that'd be a lot more constructive than just sitting here freaking out about it anyway. As much as your skepticism irks me to no end, you do make a good point. Fine, I formally request your services. Although I'm not sure how far I trust these specialists of yours. Considering their dominions, you should trust them pretty highly. Guess it's a deal. In that case, mind if I borrow that picture? Gladly. In fact, I'd rather you have it anyway. Alright then, I'll get back to you after I talk to Marielle and the others. Actually, I might even have them come by to give you a once-over too. Just wait here for now. Of course, but make sure you're quick about it. So, I'm not sure what help Marielle's gonna be unless her camera continues to be able to snap paranormal pictures. Well, I guess I should go find Marielle then. Might be a good idea to talk to someone familiar with the island too. Maybe the villa manager? Could also ask the Gralsritter for help. Although I don't think Celise was ever all that good at the whole clairvoyance thing. Should probably just stick to hitting up her partner. Then there's Shizuna. Think she mentioned something about having spiritual powers back when Mare possessed Yume. Might be useful. So, I guess, does that mean there's a couple of different ways this could play out depending on who we ask? I'm sure at least one of them is capable of clearing up this mess.
Well, we're on the clock now.
So do I have to choose someone? Towson's ghost photo. Given the choice, let's go ahead. Actually, depending on who we pick, that person, yeah, we have a couple of different options. We can go for Leon, the villa manager. Let's go for Shizuna. She seems to, well, no, actually, is she? Where is? Oh, she's sitting right here. Okay, cool.
Got a question for you.
Sorry to cut into your fun. but can I ask you a work-related question? Sure, go for it. I wonder, like, who was picking the villa manager? Van took out the picture he borrowed from Thousand and began to explain the situation. Oh, okay. It looks like we have to go to everybody in turn. I see. Oh. Chasing down a ghost, huh? Sounds like a pretty fine job. Kind of fitting for this island, don't you think? What's that supposed to mean? Oh, it's nothing to worry about. At least for the time being, anyway. Look, if you're not going to tell me, you can at least stop being so foreboding. Anyway, to answer your question about my abilities, yeah, I can detect evil spirits, can even exorcise them too. So, is that something that you learn in Ikaruga, or is that something you learn at the Eight Leaves Black God School? I really need to look up because I know is that something that you learned there? Because the 8 Leaves One Blade School can't exorcise evil spirits. But based on this picture, I don't really think that's what you'll need from me. That's not to say Thousand isn't being haunted, though. Don't feed into that. Well, would you mind stopping by to take a look at him? I get the feeling he wants a diagnosis straight from the horse's mouth. Sure, I don't mind. Why don't we head over now? Yeah, we're probably going to get points towards Shizuna for this. Hey, Thousand. Brought somebody to see you. I'm sorry, but who are you, miss? She's someone important from the East. Got a talent for seeing spirits, too. My name's Shizuna. Nice to meet you, Mr. Ex-CEO. Can we not call him that, please? Yes, likewise. I don't believe I quite understand, but whatever insight you can offer would be most appreciated. Was there anything you noticed about the picture? I didn't get the sense that there's something ghoulish going on, if that's what you mean. But I figured I could at least check you out, just in case. Yeah, just as I thought. You're no host to a ghost. You do seem to be giving off some pretty negative vibes, though. Negative vibes? I guess it might make more sense to say he's irritated or annoyed. Yeah, that much is very apparent. Here, let me put it like this. Strong negative vibes attract bad things. Usually it's just general misfortune, but other times, it's evil spirits. Anyway, I don't know your situation, but I'd recommend trying not to worry too much. Do something to get out of the slump you're in. Wow. Wasn't expecting you to give the guy life advice. The reason I came here in the first place was to refresh myself. I've just had so much bad luck lately. Well, nevertheless, I appreciate your suggestion. However, none of that explains anything about the white haze in that picture of mine. Do you know what it could be? Do we have to bring everybody in turn up here? Well, at the very least, I don't think it was a ghost or a human. What's that supposed to mean? I may know a thing or two about spirits, but I'm not a medium, you know. Guess it's just something you'll have to rack your brains about. Alright then, thanks again for your help. Yeah, thanks for your time. Okay, so I guess we're gonna go for Leon next then. Guess I better keep working my way down the list. Okay, yeah, we have to bring everybody up here. So before that, let's do Marielle next.
Got a question for you.
I'm not sure what insight she can offer, but I didn't realize I caught a ghost in one of my pictures, because you didn't. It's all my fault that Mr. Townsend's so on edge about it. If only I had checked them beforehand. I should go and apologize. It's not your fault. I'm pretty sure the guy's just paranoid about anything and everything. Yeah, exactly. Anyway, do you usually see stuff like this in your photos? I wouldn't say it's common, but I've definitely taken some that were pretty similar. But my coworkers at the Tyrell Times have said I'm the only one who's had this issue, so it must be something up with her camera then. Maybe she just has a knack for capturing ghosts on film? Did you notice anything strange around the time that you took the picture? No, I don't think so. I think it was sometime around dusk. I was just getting ready to turn in for the day, and that's when I spotted Mr. Townsend. He was trying to get inside the abandoned church, but it seemed like he'd given up. Why was he trying to get inside the abandoned church? I figured I would take a picture so that he could have a nice keepsake. Oh, I almost forgot. That's the only picture I took with the flash on. And it was daytime though. I guess she just forgot she had it set to be on. Although that's about the only thing out of the ordinary that I can recall. The flash, huh? That might have something to do with the haze then. Thanks for the info, Marielle. Of course, happy to help. Guess I'd better keep working my way down the list. So let's talk to the villa manager and we'll save Leon for last.
Let me ask you something.
See what's going on with this. I see. That certainly does look a bit spooky. With you being the manager and all, I thought maybe you might have some idea of what it could be. Anything come to mind? Well, to be frank, I don't think I've ever heard talk of ghosts around here. That's not to say we haven't had a few slightly odd disturbances, of course. Mind telling me about them? So there have been other people who've reported extra or supernatural sightings? Certainly. One of our guests was taking a walk one night when they said they saw an enormous, terrifying shadow. People were concerned about the possibility of it being a monster, but after conducting an investigation the following morning, we came to the conclusion that it was likely only a wild animal. So it's got to be something similar here. Because the street lamps were stretching its shadow, it seemed much larger than it actually was. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Knowing there haven't been any ghost sightings in the past is helpful on its own, though. I'm sorry I couldn't provide you with any more information. Please let me know if there's anything else I can do to assist you. Sure thing. Thanks. Guess I'd better keep working my way down the list. We've only got one more person. And then I'm sure this is going to take us to the actual church itself.
Got a question for you.
Why, certainly. It is a clergyman's duty to lend an ear to those who seek one, no matter how disreputable they may be. Could have gone without that last bit, but thanks. So, you wish to know what this ghost really is? I'm not sensing anything odd from the picture itself, but knowing it was taken on this island does make me wonder. Huh, that's a bit more ominous than I was expecting. I think I should meet with Townsend. I'll explain in more detail there. So, what is he gonna say? Oh, are you a priest with the Septian Church? That's correct. My name is Leon, and I'm what some call a wandering priest. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. The picture Van shared with me didn't give me much to go on, so I thought it better to meet with you directly. So, do you think there's something going on with him? Worry not, friend. I don't sense any spirits on your person. We've double confirmed it now. Really? That's certainly a relief to hear from a priest. However, it would be prudent to keep your wits about you. This whole island has been stained by some sort of stagnant energy. I think we're being a little too honest with Townsend. He doesn't need to hear that. What? What do you mean, stained? Just as it sounds. I've felt a very particular sensation ever since we stepped foot here. It's as if a dark cloud is looming over the entire island. I won't know more until I've had a chance to conduct a more thorough investigation, however. Well, looks like we're about to get into that then. At any rate, it's not uncommon for spirits to congregate in places with an excess of energy. Even if you aren't being actively haunted at the moment, it's still possible that something has its eye on you. I'd suggest you stay indoors after nightfall, like you're doing right now. I would also be mindful not to get into any mishaps during the day either. So basically just watch your step in general. I see. So much for being relieved. Well, this was definitely a strange turn of events. Thanks for the help, Leon. Not at all. I'm glad to be of assistance. If you have no further need of me, I'll go ahead and take my leave. Farewell. Well, good stuff. So now that we've chatted everybody up, alright, I think that's just about everybody. Heard a lot of different opinions, but nothing really substantial. Maybe I'll have better luck investigating around where the picture was taken. And so Van made his way to the abandoned church. They're not going to make us walk there? Alright, I mean, I'm not complaining about that, I'm just surprised. Huh? What are you doing here? Oh, it's you. I was just trying to familiarize myself with the terrain. But I noticed an unusual aura coming from that abandoned church. What do you mean? I mean, I'm definitely catching a whiff of something, but I can't quite place what it is. I'd say it's because you lack the proper training. You can train your sixth sense? I guess it makes about as much sense as everything else. Anyway, I'm assuming you have business over there. You could say that. Somebody asked me to take a look around for them. Van showed Qasim the picture of Thousand and told him about his fears regarding the apparition. I see. It would seem that Vern's former CEO still has a number of unresolved anxieties. That being said, I'm surprised the Spriggan would even take on a job like this. Apparently Van doesn't consider this type of thing out of his wheelhouse, but he also doesn't think that there's anything really supernatural going on, so... What? Got a problem with that? The only reason I took the guy on was because I didn't want him getting any more carried away than he already is. Anyway, what did you think about the picture? Anything stand out to you? Not particularly. I thought the white blur was odd, but nothing more than that. I see. I guess I'll just have to keep digging. Well, shall we get going? We are going the same way, after all. It's always nice when Qasim makes a guest appearance. You're not exactly my ideal partner, but after you, I suppose. What do you mean? Qasim would be an excellent addition to Arkride Solutions. So this is it, huh? I'm sure it's a lot more creepy at night. It's very odd for the Septian Church to leave behind ruins like this. Do they normally bulldoze their old buildings then? You usually only find them near abandoned villages, evacuated due to ongoing conflicts in the area, not still standing on a ritzy resort like this. Now that you mention it, I guess it is pretty strange. Anyway, I've got some investigating to do, so this is where we go our separate ways. Nah, Qasim's gonna tag along. You'll find no argument from me. However, I would like to know how you end up resolving the issue. Are you thinking it might be related to that weird feeling you mentioned earlier? Yes, and I prefer to have as much evidence as possible before drawing any conclusions. Alright, so we'll swing by Qasim after we've got this handled then. Well, if I find anything on my end, I'll be sure to fill you in. I appreciate it. We'll speak later. Good luck. So we're conducting our investigations independently then. Alright, I still have no clue what made that white haze. Guess I'll try using Shard Search to see what I can find. If I can pick up a trail somewhere, it might just lead me to the answer, as the trails usually do. Maybe something inside could offer a hint or two. So
Ooh, this looks like a good fishing spot.
It is. It's an excellent fishing spot even. Is this another picture? The tracks seem to end here. Their pattern makes me think that it's got some level of intelligence though. But there's no way it's human. It's gotta be a monster. The only question is, what kind? And does it actually have anything to do with all this ghost business? Plus, the footprints are incredibly round. I feel like I've seen them somewhere before. Incredibly round footprints. Is it gonna turn out to be, maybe it's Zeros just wandering around at night? A beat-up orbital lighter lies discarded on the ground. Round footprints and a beat-up orbital lighter. The only character we know who smokes is Elroy. What's an orbital lighter doing here? Looks like it's been through hell and back. Still got some life left in it though. I doubt somebody from the villa would litter like this. It must have belonged to a tourist, smoking indoors. I'm guessing they came out here at night to see how long they could hold out in a test of courage. They probably got so scared they dropped their lighter and ran for it. I don't know. The Oathbreaker doesn't strike me as the type to scare easily. Anything else for us to check? We can't go any further that away. I thought we would end up investigating that spot. Oh, okay, that's nothing. What the heck? Interesting. I guess we have to, because the only other thing we can do in here is talk to Qasim. There's much to be concerned about, but our investigation will be ending shortly regardless. Come speak with me once your own is complete. Or not. Ha. Is there another room down here? There is. With similarly nothing inside. So, do we have to switch? No. Whatever it is, it's inside of this place. Not entirely sure. What the heck? Okay, I'm not sure what I'm supposed to be looking for, honestly. This room is empty. Established that. There is nothing up here. Look around the island at night. Whatever we're looking for has to be here, right? Oh, okay. How did I miss this? What's this? A medallion? No, this is probably an old Gralsritter thing. No, it's not. I'm completely wrong. What is that? Is that Adios' image? Looks like the what is it? The Septarian of Zero? Seems like it's got an engraving of Adios on it. Seems pretty old. It's all cracked too. Almost seems like somebody smashed it underfoot. Makes sense for something like this to be left behind in an abandoned church, but something about it feels off. I guess that covers everything I wanted to look at. I don't think there's anything else worth examining here. I'd better go report back to Qasim. So, already done with your investigation? That was faster than I expected. We're a pretty seasoned Spriggan. Well, it's not like it's a big church. Anyway, figure out what that weird aura was all about? No, seems I was just a bit too late. It appears to be unrelated to your photograph issue, however. Alright? You don't say. Excuse me? Oh. What's she here for? Marielle, what are you doing here? What do you think I'm doing? I'm here to investigate that photo I took, of course. I felt kind of guilty, so I thought I might as well lend you a hand to make up for it. I figured you would want to take a look in the church, so I decided to come out here myself. Lucky guess. I didn't know you'd be working with someone from Marduk, though. Hope I'm not intruding. Nah, you're fine. We do form a pretty strange trio, though. Not at all. Actually, you might just be right on time. It would seem Van's determined the true identity of your ghost. Has he? Already? Well, it's pretty easy to piece together once you look at the evidence. Is it? Uh-oh, I hope they don't ask us. First, there were the small round tracks I found. Then, there was the abandoned lighter and the cracked medallion. But out of those three, the one that points to the identity of the white haze is... the abandoned lighter? The abandoned lighter. I'm pretty sure some tourists dropped it when they were in their building at night. Probably lost it when they caught sight of our ghost and freaked out. Not exactly a decisive piece of evidence, though. Well, I will be redoing this. The cracked medallion. Even for an abandoned church, something about it seems odd to me. Weird feelings aside, though, I guess it doesn't really have anything to do with that white haze. Oh, wow. The small round tracks I found using shard search. Those are the key. Round tracks? What do you mean? From them, we can infer that we're dealing with a monster that doesn't have legs. But if it could fly, there'd be no tracks at all, so it hops. Put that together with small and round, and there's only one thing it could be. A palm. We haven't seen a palm in... I don't think there was a palm at all in any of the, in the previous game. A palm? Sorry, I'm not super familiar with monsters. I'm drawing a blank. Palms inhabit every region of Zemuria, so it's little surprise that they'd be here as well. They're incredibly adept at blending into their surroundings. However, they're also quite skittish. Personally, I haven't seen many around lately, but I've heard there's been recent sightings of a special shiny type that glows. Ooh, the kind that gives a whole bunch of XP. They come in a whole variety of colors, but the white one is the most common. Maybe I've never seen one because they're so good at hiding. Ooh. I guess the only question left is how that white haze, palm, ended up in my shot. Yeah, that's the important part. You said you had the flash on when you were taking the picture of Thousand, right? My guess is that our little friend was hiding outside the church, but was startled when the light went off. It must have leapt behind Thousand at just the right moment. That would have had to have been like literally a split second. Oh, you're right. That would explain everything. I'm not so sure Mr. Thousand will accept it unless we show him some kind of photographic evidence, though. You think we can get it to pop out again if I take another picture with the flash on? I'm not so sure. Honestly, I feel like I probably spooked it just by entering the chapel. But given the tracks that Van found, I assume it's still somewhere around here. You think maybe it's too scared to come out? Guess I'll just have to find some other way to convince Mr. Thousand. Actually, I think I can lure it out. We've come this far, right? Might as well get some solid proof. Is he gonna use food or something? This should be interesting. Huh? Oh. What did he do? Oh wow, that thing looks creepy. Ugh! It really worked. I'd better grab some photos. Why is that palm so weird looking? Ah! How nimble. Should we give chase? Nah. Well, we can't just let him go. It'd be dangerous to let a monster roam about on the main road. Oh, we gotta kill it? Alright, well. Looks like we've got the little guy cornered. But he seems to have called for reinforcements. They're closing in on us. What are the... Whoa! What are those things? Just stay calm and keep close. Allow me to lend a hand. Jeez.
I'll take you on.
Alright, so this palm...
Sucker! Don't stop now,
About to let him have it.
Use a shard boost to get the upper hand.
We shall, right after we chrono drive. EP slurp. Yeah. Too bad Van wasn't close enough to counterattack that. What is that? What did it inflict us with? Wait, what? What happened?
My move now. It's go time.
I was trying to. Okay, I'm not sure what occurred right then.
Here goes.
Our S break got canceled?
Boost gauge limiter unlocked.
I'm not sure what. Okay, well, whatever. I was trying to steal that critical hit.
Breathe over. What's yours, Confronting?
About time. Sledge breath. And he's about to get a boost up. These things healing themselves.
Strike.
If we can... No, we only get 2 off of that. And he didn't position himself well enough for us to be able to hop in on that.
Chance.
Let's go ahead and eat this Ruby Monto. Yeah. Go ahead and get in there. There's one.
This one's
Raging
yours,
wind.
Confronting.
It's your full power.
So he does have other crafts.
An unwise decision.
And somebody pointed out that that's literally what's...
All set.
Come on. Strike.
Jeez. And that's a regular craft of his?
Strike.
But somebody pointed out that Homseen is a literal, like, that's literally what it is. A hot wind, rank 16. Ooh. It's fitting for Qasim. He doesn't show up much, but I think he might be my favorite character in the Calvert games. No, he definitely is. All clear. Whew. That palm was a hell of a lot tougher than he looked. Was it? It went down in a single S-craft. Nice job, you two! I was able to get some great pictures during all the commotion. The palm was so fast, some of the shots came out a little blurry, too. I'm sure Mr. Towson will be convinced once he gets a look at these. Nice work, kid. Guess I'll be able to wrap up this job after all. What about you? Got anything else to take care of? Actually, I think I'll be retiring for the evening. I still have some lingering concerns, but it would be best to review the whole situation before taking action. I see. Review the situation, huh? Guess I should probably do that myself. Especially with all the weird stuff we've run into lately. Well, if you're ready, what do you say we head back to the villa? Time to put this to rest. And so the three made their way back towards the villa with Qasim saying farewell partway through the route. Upon their arrival, Van and Marielle decided to pay a visit to Towson's room. You're right. This monster is about the same shape as the blur in the other photograph. Right, so you weren't actually being haunted. The palm just happened to pop up in the middle of the shot. That's all there was to it, eh? I'm ashamed at how much I let this whole thing ruffle my feathers. You kinda should be. Ghosts, dude? I'm sorry, Mr. Towson. It's all my fault. If I had just checked the photos more carefully before I handed them over, none of this would have happened. If anyone deserves the blame, it's that monster for getting in the way. This is no fault of your own. Well, I appreciate you for saying so. Still, if we take into account what Miss Shizuna and that priest had to say, it sounds rather likely that we could encounter some spiritual phenomena in the future. Right, we being everybody except you. Best to be prepared at any rate. Perhaps I'll go see if they happen to know of any good precautions to take. Good point. From what they said, there's definitely something strange about this island, spiritual or otherwise. The situation's so complicated already, though. This just makes it worse. Van? Are you alright? Yeah, it's nothing really. Anyway, If you get into a pinch at night, you can always ask your roomie for help. I bet he'd be real happy to have something to beat the shit out of. The only problem is the room might not be intact afterwards. And he's not kidding. I'm not sure if that's supposed to be comforting or terrifying. But I suppose I'll just have to consider it. And? Whew, I almost blew our cover. It's wild that he could tell we were around, even if he is the Homscene. Okay, so that's who he was getting a whiff of. Worked out okay, though. The way things are going, tomorrow ought to be pretty entertaining. Yeah, maybe. Not that I'm in a hurry to take on any extra work, though. Anyway, they're more suspicious of the church now, so I'll switch to a backup location for now. Roger that. So, well, I guess it makes sense that they're here. They are the Oathbreakers' pawns, minions. Aw, man. I'd sure like to go mess around with them a bit, but I guess we'll have to save that for later. Look forward to tomorrow, everybody. We're gonna have one hell of a time. So,
That takes care of that.
Mira deposit confirmed.
the money, as long as it keeps rolling in. Oh, we're jacked up. And we have no healing arts. That's all good, though. That's what these tear bombs are for. Alright, with that taken care of, what connection events do we
Banner
have?
launched.
We have 3. We've already hung out with these guys. So I'm going to start with... Let's do this one. Upon seeing Celise and Leon heading out, Van decided to follow in their direction. In time, he began to hear the distinct sound of swords clashing. Okay, so they're sparring. You're wide open. Ha! Says who? So they came here for a little spar, huh? That answers that question. Guess I'll just leave him to it then. Oh, seen enough already? Surely you didn't come all this way just to leave without so much as a hello to your fellow pupils. Whoops. Didn't mean no disrespect. Just trying to stay in my lane. I spotted the two of you leaving and thought something might be up, so I came by to scope things out. As well as gain some insight as to why we're on Nemeth, I take it. I won't deny caution is a virtue, even when it comes to those you once joined hands with. Okay, you saw right through me. Just let me off with a slap on the wrist and I'll scram. Yeah? Then make like a tree and... Actually, hold that thought. Maybe you showed up at just the right time. Do they want to fight? Huh? Celise, I don't like that look in your eye. Aw, lighten up for once. How often do we get a chance like this? We were thinking of taking a break after sweating it out a bit. We brought some of the good stuff, so why don't you stick around? Are they allowed to imbibe? Like, in general? The good stuff? There's no way. Are the ruins? I guess so. A few bottles of booze on a full moon, huh? Classy. To be honest, I was hoping you'd have some Holy City sweets to pass around, but I can roll with this too. Did you really believe we'd slip out in the dead of night to have some dessert? We could always keep the alcohol to ourselves if you're going to complain. Who's complaining? Though I will say I prefer my booze a little more on the sugary side. Van, you got good taste. The stuff that just hits you like alcohol is no fun to drink at all. Still, nothing beats Eastern liquor when it comes to moon gazing. You really know what's up. Master Bearguard would take a sip under the moon every once in a while back when he was on Arteria. It was something he used to do with his fellow martial artists, so I wanted to see what all the hype was about. Oh, they're emulating their father figure. That's actually really cute. Sharing the same drink the way we share the same master? Makes for a pretty good setup, am I right? Unexpected company notwithstanding, he's the same as you guys. This chilled long glide rice wine is what Master himself recommended. They happened to have it at the restaurant, so I placed an order. There are only enough snacks for 2, though, so do try to imbibe responsibly. Sure, and sorry for crashing the party. Celise invited him. I've been meaning to bring this up, but y'all are real attached to Master, huh? Van is too. Gotta say, it feels a little hero worshipy. You watch your mouth! What's so wrong about showing the man some respect, huh? It's not just us, either. Mention the Roaring Lion to anyone in the Gralsritteren. Simmer down, Celise. His is an ignorance no explanation can cure. Now, why don't we begin while the moon's still in full view? Oh, right. Well, better late than never. To Master Bearguard, may he remain safe and in good health. Cheers. Yeah, this time around. Cheers. In time, the conversation began to pick up as the trio regaled one another with old tales about Bearguard. After a good several drinks, they soon found themselves rather inebriated. So me and Leon went to Master and said, "Look, we're begging you to find a hobby outside of work." Next time we meet, he rides in on his new wheels with a big old grin on his face. We were happy to see the guy, but yeesh. To think that was your influence at work, Van. The austere model knight we called Master was decked out in biker gear, and genuinely taken with it at that. Oh, so he got that from Van? It was rather conflicting, suffice it to say. Hey, his fashion sense is his own business. Not that I wasn't prepared to take the blame anyway. What'd you expect? The man's our idol, but you're the apple of his eye. Oh, I guess Gaius is just... So Gaius is just chopped liver, huh? I see how it is. He's got a whole lot of other students too, so you'd better batten down your hatches, pal. Other students, huh? It seems like he has plenty within the church alone. Let's see. There's you two, the vice captain. Oh yeah. What about that porcupine head you guys are working with? Who's that? Oh, check that out. Whoa. Okay, no, I think this is our second time seeing that. No, I've never seen that. This must be Reese's, that must be Reese's, CG from the Trails in the Sky the 3rd Evo. I never did. I've got that game. I don't think I've got them on my Vita, and I know I've got the English patches for the first 2. No, I'm fairly certain I've got the English Evo patch for the 3rd as well. But that must be what that CG is from. That's definitely what Kevin's would be from, though his might be from SC Evo. I didn't realize you and Kevin were acquainted, but no, he had a different instructor. Yeah, Ein. She passed at a young age. Oh no, it wasn't Ein. It was I think it was Reese's older sister. I don't remember her name though. It's been like 5-6 years since I played that game. That's the girl in the back though. I don't know why something chocolatey comes to mind when I think about her name. She passed at a young age, but the influence she's had on the lives of him and his partner Reese endures to this day. Still, I think all us younger Dominions see Master as a mentor on some level. He's been around even longer than Ein and Thomas, so the number of people he's taken under his wing is more than I can count. Oh! I didn't even know Albus had a portrait. But as far as martial arts goes, his most respectable student is probably Wazi's right-hand man. He taught Albus too? You mean Abbas? I hear he studied the Kunlun style under Master Bearguard directly. Though it seems he's recently had his hands full looking after a number of, shall we say, colorful new comrades. Hey, the fact that he can keep them all in line just shows how much discipline Master beat into him. No offense, but the more I hear about these people, the more off the wall you folks sound. Van, you are right there with them. Well, we do come from all walks of life. This may sound odd coming from me, but his youngest pupil is likely the least objectionable of the bunch. That would be... Yeah! So this, right... Aw. Oh, Gaius. For someone so young, he pretty much had his crap together from the get-go. Yeah, he always was basically the most mature out of the bunch. Since I really wish we could have seen this out... I wonder if Leon's looking a little put out. But I really wish we could have seen this as more than just a CG in the ending bit. But having Gaius show up outside, having Gaius show up now would be a bit much. Fee got like, her bracer thing allows her to show up a whole lot, but no, Gaius is a Dominion. He should, well, whatever. I'll just have to be salty about it. Since Master risked his life for and transferred his stigma to the guy, I think he was keen on training him to the brink, though he didn't get the chance. As a native of the Highlands and an alumnus of Thor's Academy special class, Gaius serves as a reminder for us not to fall behind. He does have a pretty extensive pedigree, yeah. And unlike a certain someone, I feel there is much to learn from his sincere and diligent example. Would it kill you to stop sneaking jabs at me every other sentence? Damn though, you've got so many stories to dig into that I don't even need any snacks. Speaking of which, you two have been together a pretty long time now, huh? As a duo, I mean. That's the best word for it after seeing the way you mesh. I just get the impression Stigma users ain't usually so buddy-buddy in the Gralsritter. Really diving deep there, huh? Me and Leon aren't an item if that's what you're thinking. Thank heaven for small miracles. The hell you mean by that, asshole? Hey, I wasn't trying to imply anything. It's just the hard stuff making me curious is all. I won't press the issue if you'd rather not talk about it. So why do they stick together? Well, I don't see the benefit in being cagey. You raise a valid point. It's rare for Dominions to team up with one another in lieu of a squire. Chalk it up to us knowing each other for over a decade. We got Master Bearguard to thank for that. Oh, so they both trained under him at the same time. Huh. Right around the time I made Dominion, he brought in some pouty little punk from Adios knows where. Then, for Adios knows why, he paired us up. I remember us butting heads from minute one. Yeah, their personalities are basically the exact opposite. He probably used to do Celise exactly like how he does Van. That's because, in those days, Celise was the very picture of a rambunctious delinquent. Even though she was a Dominion? She'd fly into a rage and grab me by the collar at the drop of a hat. Every day I would think to myself, why did I have to get stuck with her? Think? Hell, you said it straight to my face! But yeah, that's more or less how it was for a while. We were the partners who just wouldn't click. No way, no how. But then, well, let's just say shit happened. After that, things started to change a little. Oh, suddenly, this jagoff who pushed my every button became the one person I trusted to have my back more than anybody. All according to Master Bearguard's designs, no doubt. He knew that our abysmal chemistry would eventually give way to an unparalleled bond of trust. That from that dark brands both of us bore would come the frost and flames we used to support each other. Huh. I'm wondering what that event was. Crap. I can feel my cheeks getting all blushy. It's your own fault for letting the liquor loosen your lips. A little foresight might do you some good next time. This is why the vice captain always refers to you as a raging bull, you realize. Like you're one to talk! Getting all shit-faced and running your mouth? Oh wait, that's how you are sober too! The master really knew what he was doing pairing you up. I finally get how you two lasted so long for a square peg in a round hole. Watch it, wise guy. I do believe we've overstepped the point of discretion. Did they go through all 4 bottles? That said, Van, turnabout is fair play. Don't think you're getting out of this without your own little trip down memory lane. I figured this had circled back to me eventually. You're right, though. I probably owe you two an explanation about what happened back then. Are we actually going to get to see what happened, or are they going to gloss over it? With you and Master Bearguard, you mean? Oh, son of a... We're out of booze, Leon. Man, how the hell did we knock these things back so quickly? Let's take that as a sign to wrap things up. Oh, no. Okay, well. This conversation has dragged on long enough. We wouldn't want to hold Van up any more than we already have. Guess not. I'll just get out of your hair and make my way back then. It was fun talking to you guys. Yeah, same here. Is Leon gonna say it too? No, not really. Van made his farewells to Leon and Celise, feeling pleasantly uplifted by the drinks they had shared. After sobering up a bit in the cool night air, he decided to get back down to business.
I don't intend to make these little meetups a regular occurrence, but I suppose there's no harm in having a chat from time to time.
You're just a big old softy underneath it all, aren't you, Leon? Anyhow, next time we get together to shoot the shit, we'll make you spill your guts.
Says plus 15%. Oh. Plus 15%. This is as close as Van can get to them? Alright, well, hey.
What's next?
So this is... Yeah, let's go ahead and do this next. Van decided to go check on Feri, whom he'd spotted heading toward the island's ruins with a strained look on her face. However, he was surprised to find that someone else had beaten him to the punch. Her big brother. Her other big brother. So you're here too. I figured as much. Like hell you did. I was bored, so I came by to watch. It's not that deep. Anyway, what's your take on that? Whoa! The way you carry yourself and your weapon has certainly improved. But in the end, the weight of your blade is as ephemeral as it ever was. He's like, you don't hit hard, Feri. You never have. Feed the fire within you and stoke it well, lest it eventually burn out. I can keep going. Just one more rematch. So long as there are still hurdles you've yet to surmount, the outcome won't change. My role here is finished. I'll leave the rest to your boss and colleague. Van? Aaron? Were you eavesdropping? Not well enough to slip a certain someone's notice. Can't say we're the best choices to fill in for you, though. Seriously, man. How are you just gonna chuck your own flesh and blood out like yesterday's trash? There is no filling in to be done. The issue lies with Ferida herself. As was stated in Longport, I have nothing more to say on the matter. Not until you're able to face your inner flame. What does he mean by that? Qasim. At this point, I think he gets off on the whole vague and mysterious shtick. So, what now? You want a sparring partner? I'm game. Going against someone as many leagues above you as your brother ain't gonna be much of a crash course. But I could always pass along some of his combat tips from back when he was my instructor. Van, Aaron. If you really don't mind, then yeah, let's do it. Alright. Afterward, Van and Aaron spent some time helping Feri with her training. They then decided to take a break once her stamina finally gave out. I'm surprised she was still able to go so many rounds after fighting Qasim of all people, but if there's anybody who would have experience sparring with him, it'd be her. Well, I've still got another fight in me. You up for it? It's okay. I don't want to put you two out. That's enough training for one evening anyway. Besides, I need to cool off and get some thinking done. Aren't you supposed to be stoking your inner flame, though? About what Qasim told you? Guess it'd be tough not to dwell on it. It seemed like he really gave you the cold shoulder back in Longport, too. Was there something he said when you returned home last year? There's no hiding anything from you, huh, Van? Your priestess duties went off without a hitch, though, right? I did learn the dances that are passed down in my village, and I performed the rituals like I was supposed to. But apparently the point of it all went completely over my head. The dance is supposed to communicate some sort of hidden meaning, but I never figured out what it was. Oh. That's what it's been this whole time? Verida, the true purpose of this ritual is for the Children of Flames to confront the origins of the Kruga. You must grasp its meaning for yourself and spark the fire inside, steeling you for the times to come. Just as our distant kinsmen once did to fulfill the duties demanded of them long ago. Fail to do the same, and you will soon reach your limits. Distant kinsmen? Come to think of it, there's that one tribe in the buffer zone between us and the Empire. Okay, so there's a sibling tribe to the Kruga, I guess? They're distant kinsmen. I did great performing the dance itself, but I never realized there was more to it until Qasim said so. What's wrong with me? How can I not even know what the pride of our people is built on? Because nobody is telling you. Wish I had the answers. All I can say is that your bro's got an even bigger stick up his ass than he did last year. Yeah, the Hamsin's a reasonable guy, but there's clearly more going on beneath the surface here. He doesn't, from his conversations that we've seen with his dad and his Feri, he doesn't really respect Ferida's decision to be a warrior, or doesn't think that's the right path for her. Still, everyone's got to figure out their own personal style of facing up to things for themselves. There's a reason your old man's trying to give you the opportunity to broaden your horizons. Yeah, I think I get what Abi and Qasim are going for here. It's just, even if I do come up with my own answer, how am I supposed to know if it's good enough? The more I mull it over, the more confused I get. Ah, jeez. This isn't like you, small fry. That attitude's just gonna put a damper on your inner flame or whatever. It's times like these when you gotta let loose and live a little. What you got there? How about that? Great minds think alike. Huh? Don't tell me you brought some too. Oh, snacks. Oh, fireworks. That's actually really adorable. Wow, look at how pretty these sparklers are. They even come in different colors. It's just so... wow. Can't remember how many years it's been since I last held one of these. They were given away for free at the villa, so I figured they'd be a fun way to kill time. And apparently I wasn't the only one. Pfft, quit trying to psychoanalyze me. I just got to thinking about how me, my mom, and Ashin used to do this a long time ago. It's not so bad once in a while. Yeah, definitely. Aw. Sparklers sure are strange, huh? They burn a lot weaker than, say, a bonfire, but all the colors and shapes they come in are so mesmerizing. I wonder if it's okay for the Kruger's flames to take different forms too. Ooh, had to plug the laptop back up. Maybe it's not all about strength. Maybe each person's flame is colored by the things they've experienced. If that makes sense to you, then it's all the explanation you need. That's what I always say. You may have a duty to your family, but how you choose to fulfill it is up to you, and no one else. Same applies to your brother. I'll bet he had to take a good long look at himself before he managed to choose his own path. Choose his own path, huh? You're right. Casa must have gone through this too. Thanks, you two, for everything. Don't sweat it, small fry. The hell's with that googly eyes? You got something to confess? Nah, it's just nice to see you cheer up a little. Ain't often you're this thoughtful to Feri either. Guessing you've had a lot on your mind lately. Yeah, well, all that BS with Sao and Gaolong really got under my skin. But you know, at some point, it hit me. If all I do is sulk behind them, I won't ever be able to pull ahead. So while you figure out how to face yourself, I'm gonna be right at your side, blazing my trail. Aaron. Sounds like a plan to me. I'll do my part to keep your ass afloat, so grind on till you're satisfied with where you end up. Like I need your permission. Aw, it went out. I feel a little bad that we didn't get to share this with the others. They'll be alright. They're giving away for free. Hey, no time like the present. What do you say we call everyone over? Oh, so thoughtful. We've got more sparklers than we know what to do with. Might as well go another round. Get the whole band together. They're so pretty. That's what I said. Yeah, this is a nice change of pace. Are you seeing this, S? I'm looking. Settle down before you burn somebody. There are plenty more to spare, so please have at it. Hell yeah! Keep lighting those babies up! Never a dull moment with this bunch. Oh, Sao taking it all in? At last he begins to put things behind him. I'm expecting much out of you, Aaron Way. Keep striving, Ferida. Don't stop until you've found your answer. So, they both have people waiting for them to reach their peaks. Once the group had their fill of the sparklers, everyone helped Feri and Aaron clean up. Despite their reluctance to call it a night, they then headed back to the villa together.
I'm sorry for making you worry, but thanks to you, I feel like I'm that much closer to figuring out what my flame should be.
Huh. You know, I think I'm feeling a little better too. Let's all do this again sometime.
So, geez. Plus 10%. Even 100 wasn't enough to get Feri to her next level. But, alright. So we've got that set. Let's go ahead and save this. And what is this activity? Cocktail making workshop. Sure. Let's create a cocktail. Who do I invite? Our underage members can get their drinks non-alcoholic, so anybody's fair game. I think let's start with Gita. This workshop requires that participants create an original cocktail using ingredients they've gathered themselves. Oh, we have to go on a walkabout? We have all of the basic components here, but you'll need to provide an extra layer to both the flavor and presentation. Nemeth is flush with vegetation, so harvest any two you like and bring them back here. The island's been oddly quiet tonight, even for a resort. It could be a premonition of something to come. Or perhaps I've just been reading too many novels again. We'll probably run into some nocturnal animals or monsters out there, but I'll make sure to keep you safe, Your Highness. Much obliged. So, alright. We've got to head out into the island at large. Oh. Do we have to fight for each of the ingredients? Ooh. Or maybe Wildberry.
So that's where it was.
What if... It'd be really interesting if the people you picked changed which ingredients you collect. Like, maybe Van will always gather the wild berries, but because we've got Jita in tow, we're heading into the ruins to get, I don't know, whatever it is she wants to collect. I guess we'll find out, because this is going to be our first, but definitely not our last, cocktail. No, whatever it is, it's right here. Bitter cinnamon.
I like this one.
Okay, so yes, the bitter cinnamon is something Jita wanted to do. So let's go back to Villa Lavandula. With the help of the chef back at the bar, the pair managed to complete their original cocktails. I give you the Alf Laila. It's a cocktail based on a series of Central Eastern folktales told over the course of 1,000 nights. Oh, so this is the Alf Laila is the Arabian Nights of this world. Nice. The presentation alone tells me I'm in for something special. Well, no need to be shy. Have at it.
Ooh, that's the stuff.
This is positively divine. I will most certainly savor the flavor.
The aroma and taste are one of a kind. Each sip I take just pulls me in deeper and deeper. Not to be dramatic, but it's almost hard to believe it actually exists. Truthfully, I think it has much in common with you and your fellows. You bring to mind the characters in my stories, the ones I always long to meet in real life. Hellos and goodbyes, yearning and conflict. The road you travel is undoubtedly punctuated with dozens upon dozens of tales I could never even hope to imagine. Would you, perhaps, be willing to regale me with them? Wouldn't say our exploits are that big a deal, but they might be enough to fill 1,000 nights. Maybe I could find it in me to share one that does this cocktail justice. Please do! And so, Van and his companion indulged in a short spell of evening refinement, sipping their cocktails all the while. Neat. The perfect vacation. So is that... Oh. That's the only activity that we've got. And I'm assuming we got the perfect vacation for, one bond maxed. Spirit droplet. Neat. So we'll be able to go ahead and invite 6 more people to make cocktails, but give me one moment. Give me one sec. Next up will be Elaine. So he's saying the same thing. It would be best to avoid drinking, given my agenda these next few days. But they do say alcohol in moderation can be good for one's health. Very well. I'll come along. 1 glass as a pick-me-up couldn't hurt. Wow, she was very easy to convince. So, find cocktail ingredients, and yes. So I was correct. Van has to collect, well, let's make sure of this.
I'm getting a reaction.
I do want to make sure because the thingamabobs, whoa, don't mind if we do.
Ooh, this looks like a good fishing spot.
Because I did have yeah, we have dug a bit.
I'm getting a reaction.
Power droplet, okay. But if it's the same thing for Van every single time,
Looks like the gang's all here. Ooh,
then that is
this
completely
looks like a
fine.
good
But
fishing
yes, that
spot.
looks like it's going to be it. So the bitter, oh, or not. Intriguing. Coconuts.
Give this a try.
So I'm wondering
Ooh, this looks
if
like
it's
a good
tied,
fishing
like,
spot.
collect. If we go for Jita, I'm guessing we'll always collect bitter cinnamon and wild berries. And for Elaine, it's always going to be coconuts and mint leaves.
Let's give this a try.
Whatever this is probably going to end up being pretty delectable. Ooh, it's definitely her color. Meet the Asmelis lady. It's a white lady with mint flavoring added in. Should have figured you'd use your favorite as a base. Oh? What makes you think it's my favorite? It's what you always had whenever the three of us went to Brahmati's. You ordered one the last time we were at Shino's place too, remember? Astute as ever. Call me a sap, but I'll never forget the first time you and me had a drink together. Oh? Well, I hope you'll remember this one just as well. I put a piece of myself into it after all. Yeah? Then what are we waiting for? Bottoms up.
Ooh, that's the stuff.
What might an Asmelis lady represent? I've heard every cocktail has a symbolic meaning. Since you invented it, don't you get to decide? You say something? Not at all. Just offering some food for thought. And so, okay, cool. There it is. 295 parameters up, agility and strength. 295 is a little crazy though, isn't it? Huh. Alright, so next up is going to be Shizuna. Pretty neat that they let you collect your own ingredients. Does that mean we can use Beast Essence and Monster Hearts? Of course, we'd have to hunt some down first. And I'm not sure how those would work. Well, I guess a Bloody Mary would sound fairly avant-garde if you'd never had one before. I don't know, maybe she's onto something. Nuh-uh, nothing doing. Why not? We Easterners use that stuff pretty often for medicinal drinks. Does this look like a sick room to you? Just do me a favor and pick something normal. Because Van's gonna have to drink it too. Okay, so let us see what the ingredients for her thing are. Oh, these must regenerate. Whoa, nice. Amber syrup is Shizuna's first ingredient. All right. And hibiscus is her
This one
second.
seems okay.
Honestly, this amber syrup and hibiscus? Yeah. This is a layered drink I'm calling Snow, Moon, and Flowers. Not too shabby if I do say so myself. It probably sounds more poetic in Japanese. The top part's the snow, the bottom is the moon, and the garnish on top is a single flower. Pretty artsy of you. Hey, a drink like this is just begging for a certain level of refinement. Tossing things in all willy-nilly would be no better than picking a fight at random. Weren't you the one who was wanting to use monster essences? Not too convincing coming from someone who brawls first and asks questions later. True, but I choose my opponents carefully. You're always on the list of candidates though, Van. How flattering. Don't suppose you can withdraw my nomination? For the rest of eternity, ideally. Every battle is a once-in-a-lifetime event. I like to think of each one as something worth treasuring. Just like this cocktail. I think I follow. You'll never experience the exact same flavor twice. Gonna have to keep that in mind while it's going down.
Ooh, that's the stuff.
So, this is a special blend you can't get anywhere else. Well, it sure is good.
Why is hers voiced? Is Falcom trying to tell us something? Showing us a little favoritism? 295 for hers. Strength +5 and agility +5. So the same bonus, which is cool and all. So of course, next up, our first underage member. Cocktails made for ourselves, by ourselves, using our own hand-picked ingredients. How positively charming. It doubles as a nighttime stroll around the island too. These luxury villas really know how to craft an experience. You'll have to keep in the spirit and act as my gallant escort then. So Ren's first ingredient is sea salt. Ooh.
Right, let's use this.
And her second ingredient is Crimson Glory Vine.
Right,
That-
let's use...
Dinner lunch!
Not too sure about that. This is the first thing I've never actually heard of. I'm sure this is a real thing, but... Whoa.
Ooh, that's the stuff.
Oh, that quickly? He's already saying his line?
My, that was quite good. A pity that it's non-alcoholic, however.
Right. Sure, but the flavor draws you in so much that you barely even notice that. Who knew you were such a mixologist? I mean, she's a multi-talented young lady. I pushed myself to create something that would appeal to an adult palate. It's good to know the effort paid off. I call it the Noble Chaton. My vision was a cocktail that reflected the flair of an elegant and mature vacation. Well, being a grown-up comes with a whole bundle of strings attached. There's only a handful or so of us going about things elegantly. The words certainly couldn't describe the crude, mulish way you live your life. Still, I do hold a fondness for it. Well, hey, we'll take the compliment, backhanded as it was. Gee, thanks. For the record, I can be just as elegant as the next guy when I'm in vacation mode. Oh? In that case, how about joining me for one more round? You're on. They're fun. Dang, still far off, but I'm sure hers is going to take 295 as well once we actually get there. So the next person who because I've been going in order of who I'm most curious about, and next on the list is actually Katra. Making cocktails is the last thing I expected to get drafted into. Scared you'll make a mess of it? On the contrary, doing scientific experiments has already familiarized me with combining liquids step by step. I'd even say I have a knack for it. Kinda comparing apples and oranges there. I know. But try to have a little faith in me at least. We've got this. Well, Katra's got this. Oh, okay. So everybody doesn't get a unique ingredient. Honey. Nice.
Maybe.
So, sea salt and honey, so the rim of his drink is going to be salted as well then. Yep. I call it the electrolyte. Oh, I get it. That's funny. As the name implies, it's a non-alcoholic cocktail inspired by energy drinks. I meticulously measured out all the ingredients in order to supply the drinker with salt and sugar at optimal efficiency. Let's see how well it works then.
Whoa, it's sweet. Hell yeah. I'll take 20 more.
Oh, so Van has different reactions depending on what you get him.
Ah, that was great.
And Katra has a line, but Elaine doesn't? Honestly, I was a little worried the taste would be a deal breaker. It seems I dodged that bullet, though. Yeah, this would make a perfect way to cap off a long, exhausting day. It's soothing from sip to swallow. Almost like you'd infuse some of your own gentle soul into it. A bit on the corny side, but I won't complain. Neat. 20, yeah, we're still fairly a ways off. I have been ignoring Katra just a little bit. And so up next is going to be... That's a pretty unique gimmick. My limited set of survival skills might come in handy here. I've scrounged up ingredients for 4SPGs before, but it's definitely not something I make a habit of. Just chalk this up as something only an island resort could offer. Stuff that goes into cocktails isn't really my forte, but I do know a lot about edible weeds and fungi. Geez, these guys have lived a very hard life. Want me to forage for some while we're out there? Thanks for the offering, but I think we're covered. Unless something catastrophic happens, yeah, we're good to go, dude. Oh, blue caviar is Swin's first ingredient. Interesting. And honey.
Should we...
I'm not gonna lie, this seems like a stretch, but we'll see.
Whoa, it's sweet. Hell yeah. I'll take 20 more.
That drink tasted better than I thought it would.
Huh. What did you call it again? A getaway driver? Every sip was refreshing without being too sugary. Plus, it's so light I could gulp it down in one go if I tried. That's pretty much what I was going for. If I had to name an inspiration, it'd be the ocean. There's just something about all that crisp, clear blue stretching out into the horizon. Oh, maybe like a trail through the horizon? It makes me feel as though I have the freedom to go anywhere I put my mind to. I see. That's a nice thought. Things would be a lot easier if it were true. Too bad real life isn't all sunshine and rainbows. He would know. You can say that again. Still, at least we can savor a little taste of freedom right here and now. His is actually, like, all the drinks so far have looked really good. I would definitely have to take mine non-alcoholic though, so the person who is up last is going to be... Wow! Mixing cocktails at a bar at night? That's about as grown up as it gets! Just don't forget, underage guests can only make mocktails. Oh, you know what Aaron told me? Getting blackout drunk makes you more of an adult! Yeah. But not the kind, well, not the kind people like, but yeah. A deadbeat one, maybe. Anyway, what you'll be having won't even get you tipsy. Alright, so Feri's is bitter cinnamon, making its first reappearance since Jita's cocktail. And her second ingredient is mint leaves. This seems like it's going to be a very interesting flavor. Bitter cinnamon with mint?
Ooh, that's the stuff.
That looks really good, actually.
It tastes just as good as it looks.
So, you used orange curacao as a base, huh? Yep, then I added mint and cinnamon. I call it the exoticao. Exotic is right. This flavor is pretty unique, especially for a mocktail. I don't really know what a grown-up would like, but I tried to picture myself as one and channel that into the drink. Oh yeah? In that case, you've got a bright future ahead of you. You'd better stick around to watch you get there then. Van doesn't plan on dying anytime soon. But, alright. That is all of our points used up. And from here, it does not look like there's anything left for us to do, because I've already taken on the everything else, so I'll save and then we can call it a night. Yeah. Should I head back to my room and get some shut-eye? If anything's gonna happen, it'll be tomorrow. I better wrap up any business I've got tonight before bed. If you choose to return to your room, yeah, let's return to our room. As soon as he hit the bed, he was out like a light. He has had an extremely long day. The 15th. March 15th, 12:09, 6:45 a.m. Bright and early. Oh, who's his roommate? Probably Aaron.
Last one to that island and back is a rotten egg.
Is that a good idea?
You're on. Your ass is getting fried, small fry.
Well,
There's no end to their energy, I swear.
yeah.
Ah, well. At least they've chilled out some compared to yesterday.
You're becoming more of a doting father by the day.
Was Elaine his roommate? No, she wasn't.
Well, look at that. We're neighbors. You and I are basically in sniffing distance, but we're still in different buildings. Kinda weird, isn't it?
It is, because the running from one building to the next through these doors, it's like, it does feel really weird.
You took the words right out of my mouth. Good morning, Van.
Morning to you, too. Never thought I'd see the day when we'd exchange good mornings at a resort like this.
Life has a funny way of turning out.
Oh? I seem to recall a certain someone promising we would go to Michelin together someday.
Oh, they did talk about that in the previous game. I think it was in the context of Van disappearing, but you know what? Let's not worry about that.
I know a lot has changed between us since then, but it's nice to think about us still doing it one day, don't you think?
Yeah. for sure.
Michelin does have a... Well, this place has definitely got its own charms.
So, you guys have any luck finding leads?
Oddly enough, no. I'd like to believe that's a sign there's no sinister plot at work here, but it doesn't seem likely.
Yeah, ain't a chance in hell.
Obviously there's something up. We're on the Oathbreaker's private island resort. He could have literally anything going on here.
He's gonna act before too long. I can smell it.
I can feel it too. As you know, I'm still a bracer, and my duty to the guild comes before anything else.
But she's willing to operate with us.
But that doesn't mean we can't lean on each other. I'm counting on you, Van.
Right. When the time comes, I hope you'll have my back too.
I really like these two. The two of them chatted for a while until eventually it was time for breakfast. After parting ways with Elaine, Van headed towards the restaurant. Once he and his friends finished eating, the discussion shifted to what they should do next. Alright, team. Okay, what's our plan for today? Yeah, what's left to do on this island? We did most of the fun stuff already. I don't think that's what she meant by plan, Nadia. You're not wrong, though. We blew through all the normal vacation-y activities yesterday. You and Elaine already exchanged information earlier this morning, right? Uh-huh. But I can't say either of us got much out of it. We're all in the dark here. I let Theo's sensors on all last night, and they didn't pick up on anything, unfortunately. But even so, I'm starting to think today won't be as peaceful as yesterday. I concur. If there wasn't a looming threat, Mr. Al-Fayed would not have been dispatched here. Doubt that four-eyed bastard and his loyal guard dog would have showed their ugly mugs unless they had a good reason. Yeah, there's no way Har would have brought us all here unless he had something big planned. Whatever the case, we're gonna have to widen the scope of our investigation if we want to get to the bottom of this, which means finally going beyond that fence. We never ended up checking out those undeveloped islands, so why don't we head over that way first? Van? Is that him? What's gotten into... It's him. You? He's showing up. Oh! Okay, that's probably him. No! They're just hanging out.
That's the boy from Messeldom.
And that outfit. Could he be...
Hey! Hold it right there!
Where'd he go?
He's probably just cloaking himself with shards.
There!
Oh, or not.
How'd he do that?
You know what? I'm finally glad because, man, them being able to teleport is so OP.
Must be that shadow ability of his.
All right.
I'm gonna strangle that little bastard.
So we know where he's headed.
Isn't he...
Come on, we're going after him.
All right. Getting right.
I'm gonna let you get away. Not this time.
Why would he show up now?
I'd be lying if I said that didn't bug me, but we don't got time to mull over this. Let's tail him.
Wait. Why am I sensing... No, it couldn't be.
I'm very curious about all these sensory powers that people just seem to have. Because Swin, well, okay, I guess it's not that crazy because everybody has already gone through insane amounts of training. Like, Agnes, for example, Agnes and Elisa and Machias and Tita, they never talk about sensing or smelling anything weird. It's all the people who've gone through crazy training stuff.
I thought this place was sealed off.
It's opened up now.
It was yesterday. Did he run through here?
I'll see if I can track him with a shard search.
Theo, Zeros, try to get a lock on him too.
Understood.
All right. Did he juke us? Oh, or maybe he's at that, what is it called? Peak? Cliff? Outcropping?
There they are!
I really thought we'd have to do a bit more to track them down.
Whoa! You old-timers actually kept up with me. I'm impressed. Okay, not really. You following us here was all part of the plan, so...
What did they lead us to, though?
Yeah, you're pretty quick on your feet for being dumb old farts. But you're not very quick on the uptake, are you?
I mean, I'm sure we all figured this was some kind of trap, but...
You did not just call me a... Hey, wait a second.
These two are eerily similar.
Well, I did know that you two looked alike. But now that I'm seeing you side by side, I'm guessing you're siblings. Or maybe even twins?
Yes. Do you think it's them?
Yeah, more than likely.
Do they recognize them from their time in the gardens?
Alrighty, that's enough about us. We'll let that old bag of bones do the talking from here.
There he is, the man of the hour himself.
My. You two have really been putting your nose to the grindstone this morning. I could learn a thing or two from your work ethics.
For real, my dude. You've been working us like a damn slave driver. It's cool, though. We get that it's all part of the build-up to your master plan.
Yeah, but that doesn't change the fact that I need a nice, long nap. You're on your own for a while, okay?
Of course. You do what you want to do, and as always, I'll do what I want to do.
Alright, well. There they friggin' go.
It's him.
You really need to work on your surprise twist game. You were about as subtle as a sledgehammer, Mr. E.H.
Yeah, I totally knew it was him.
AKA Elroy Harwood, the fourth Anguis of Ouroboros.
Fourth Anguis, Elroy Harwood, the Thousand Oathbreaker.
Hey there, my friends. It's been much too long. So, you had me figured out from the start, did you?
For sure.
I see you're all enjoying your vacation on my little slice of paradise. How delightful. Now tell me, when did we last meet? Was it during that pandemonium incident last year? Oh dear, how time flies.
But why do you want us here now, though?
I know you.
You're the one responsible for the creation of the gardens.
I didn't realize you two knew him.
They're from the gardens, though. But I thought No, yeah, he's the one who brought together, like, busted up old organizations like Moonlight Horse and stuff.
Oh, yes. I've heard all about you. You're the little ones who took down the big, bad Emperor, aren't you? I suppose I should offer you my thanks. I sought the destruction of the gardens last year, and you saved me a fourth of the work. Job well done.
You can keep your thanks.
Right.
Yeah, it's not like we did it for you.
Kind of didn't have a choice, because the Emperor was pretty obsessed with these two, but yeah.
Normally, I'd have jumped at the chance to enjoy a little vacation. Too bad you're the one footing the bill. So what's with the twins? They your underlings or something?
And that means everything we dealt with in Messeldom and Longport was...
orchestrated by this guy. But then why doesn't he have to... He had 2 pieces of the Genesis. Why did he let us have them?
the work of this toxic rat bastard.
Who, me? I did no such thing.
You want us to believe that they were operating of their own accord?
Trust me. If I could take credit for Zect Arms' quaint little rampage and Heiyue's hair-raising bout of palace politics, I would.
Oh, okay. I guess those two didn't have the Genesis pieces themselves. Now that I'm actually reflecting on it more specifically.
Don't play dumb. Ix was the one behind everything in Messeldom, and I'd bet my career on you putting him up to that.
Well, he was trying to steal something. He was trying to steal information about the Genesis bit. Or he was out trying to kill that guy.
Not to mention, Heiyue received a great deal of support from behind the scenes. You might not have been around in the capital as of late, but there's no doubt in my mind that you were involved in what happened there.
Time to fess up. Why'd you send out those invitations? And don't say to write a rave review of your island getaway spot, because I won't buy it.
Oh, I was hoping we could relish in the build-up some more. Where's your sense of drama?
I mean, whatever you've got planned for us here, it's gonna involve a whole lot of fighting. I'm actually really curious as to what it is.
Although I can't blame you for wanting to get straight to the point, considering what it is you're looking for.
The Genesis, the 8th one.
I take it you have it in your possession, then? One of the fragments of the 8th Genesis, I mean.
Give the little lady a read, and she thinks she can take the whole Selge. Before I answer your question, I'll fire off one of my own. Just how much do you know about it?
That they're basically reality warping? They can do whatever the heck they want to be able to do, pretty much.
What?
What do you mean by how much?
But the things that we know clearly don't scratch the surface of what he knows.
The Genesis, prototype orbments left behind by Professor C. Epstein.
So I think that is one of the first things we learn about them, that they're orbments. I'm not sure if we knew they were prototypes.
They were created many decades ago, yet they exceed our modern-day technology by leaps and bounds.
So I wonder, does that mean the inner workings? Could you retrofit them to be able to take quartz, I wonder?
So, what do you think they're for?
They were used in the experiments that eventually brought about our current orbital technology. What else would they be for?
Wait, didn't Agnes used to read Agnes used to read those notebooks, those journals back to front? Does she know something we don't?
Oh, come now. I think you and I both know that's not all there is to it. Almada used them to bring about disasters unlike anything mankind has ever seen.
And yes, so why would the prototype orbments be so much better? Like, those things predate the orbments that Estelle and Joshua were using in the first game, and those things were straight garbage!
A resurrected undead, the tyrant, mind control with drugs, the singularity, and the monitoring of the Death Game's rules. And the grandest of all was the finale. Pandemonium. Or so I thought.
Or so he thought. What else could be greater than that?
But I was wrong. What's happening now is far, far grander, don't you think?
Is he talking about the Grendel Zolga and the Feri? Maybe so the Garden Master is doing something with it?
He must mean... But how could he know?
You've been beating around the bush for a while now.
Oh.
Get to the point.
No, he's talking about the time travel.
Feigning ignorance won't do you much good at this stage, kid. Say, why don't you share with the rest of the class, Arkride? Tell us, how does it feel to die?
So many times, over and over.
There you are.
Uh-oh. That's, Jin.
Van.
And Elaine. Worst possible time. Jin doesn't... I wonder... Jin probably had a funny feeling too, but he's died as well.
Oops. Looks like we're fresh out of time.
Elaine.
And Prince Sharid.
Yeah, they're not gonna let the conversation keep continuing.
We all saw you rush out of the villa earlier.
We were wondering why the gates were wide open. Didn't realize you went and found the Oathbreaker.
Actually, we didn't.
He led us to himself.
It was more like he led us here.
Oh, that's odd.
Indeed. That's not our chief concern, though. We need to restrain that man.
As if we could.
I suppose there's no getting the jump on you.
Sal's here too.
Sal! And they aren't the only new arrivals.
A bunch of Shangsho. Wait, are these brand new Lee family Shangsho? He put them jokers together quick.
You're a hard man to find, Oathbreaker.
Jeez, literally everybody. We're just missing Qasim now.
Our supercilious vice captain friend isn't, however.
We're only here to see to this heretic's execution.
He's got a giant gang of people here waiting to take him down.
Target confirmed.
Oh, she switched back to her other getup.
Got bored of playing hide and seek, hmm?
Execute G4 protocol. Seize the target.
Jeez. But you know what? He's the person who brought literally everybody here. He wanted this to happen.
Yes, sir.
Kasim?
Ikaruga, the Grawl Spreader, and even the monks from Iscariot are all in attendance.
Yeah, we got a giant crowd here. Nothing like Reverie just yet, but we're getting there.
Look at how late you made us, you incompetent imbeciles!
She was actually, so as we were running around last night, she was actually caught by Ashlad and Zeros. I didn't talk to her, but clearly they let her go.
You're in my way, lady.
Oh, Walter.
I'm real curious to see how you weasel your way out of this one. You got nowhere to run and nowhere to hide.
Aren't they on the same side? What are they doing on this side? Okay, well, we're well aware of how Ouroboros operates, so whatever. They can stand with us.
The jig is up, my dear. You are surrounded by some of the greatest powerhouses on the continent.
Even the two enforcers came.
Yeah, but it doesn't sound like they're here to help him.
No, which is not surprising.
My, oh my. I'm in a bit of a pickle, aren't I? Care to lend your dear old boss a hand, Retzi? And what say you, Walter?
Nah, dude, they're not about to lift a pinky for you.
I say no freaking way.
Right.
We do not take orders from traitors of the society. It is about time you reaped what you sowed, my dear.
Traitors of the society. What do you have to do to be branded a traitor to the society? Even, oh my gosh. What? I forgot her name. Sharon. Even Sharon hasn't been branded a traitor. Ren hasn't been branded a traitor. Joshua hasn't been branded a traitor. That's kind of a spoiler, but it's okay. It's all good. None of them jokers got that moniker even after actively, persistently working against the Grandmaster's design. So what did Elroy do in order to be branded that? What does it take in order to be a traitor to the loosest organization of villains ever?
Huh? What did she just say?
Right! I didn't know that was possible!
I thought as much. You really are in hot water then.
Evidently so. Guess I should have kept the twins around for a little longer.
But, I mean, what do you expect from someone called the Thousand Oathbreaker?
I'm not going to be able to pull off the ultimate crime with all these loose ends.
Ultimate crime? Killing everybody?
My savant lawbreaker reputation's on the line. So I really should correct that, huh? Perhaps I'm getting rusty in my old age.
You sure like to run your mouth. Keep that up and I'll rip it clean off.
I'm sure he's hatching some sort of devious plot. I doubt he would have brought us all here otherwise.
Well, whatever his plan is, we'll stop it in its tracks. Then, we'll grill him for answers on what was going on behind the scenes during those incidents in Crossbell and Erebonia.
Wait, there are so freaking many incidents. I'm really not sure what he could be talking about.
If it's my plan you're worried about, don't be. I've already put it into motion.
Obviously, we've been here for like, what, 18 hours?
Oh, and since I'm such a nice guy, let me give you a warning. Don't come any closer.
Or what, it's gonna blow up the mountainside?
What are you trying to say?
Perhaps he's trying to mislead us. Or maybe not.
Surely he can't have an ace up his sleeve.
Why is everyone getting cold feet all of a sudden?
I mean, feel free to walk forward, Rosalie. Then you'll be able to find out exactly why. Though you won't know for very long.
Well, you won't hear me complaining. Now's your chance to redeem yourselves, you filthy swine! Go fetch the fragment for me!
I didn't think she would actually do it. Hopefully these guys get really good hazard pay.
Yes, ma'am!
Charge!
Wait!
Okay, so it's some kind of poison in the air then.
The hell?
Whoa!
What's the...
Oh, okay, I was like, everybody.
He's using...
poison. How unfortunate. Well, don't say I didn't warn you. Soon the entire island will be engulfed in my toxic haze. You may as well accept your fate.
What about his employees?
The civilians?
I should have known. No wonder everything felt off.
Oh, he's trying...
Really went and did it.
You are so very naughty.
He's trying to trigger the Genesis.
Man.
Nadia.
Damn it. It's time to raise the curtain. The performance is about to start. Take a seat and enjoy the show.
Yeah, he knows about the power of the Genesis. He's killing us knowing we're not actually going to die. Nemeth Island. Everyone is killed by Harwood's poison. Jeez. Okay. But I'm wondering how he is going to, because I feel like
Where'd he go?
Harwood's going to be like, so that's how it works, or something like that. If he's got a fragment of the Genesis, it might allow him to experience this new timeline as well, even though he never died.
There! How'd he do that?
Must be that shadow ability of his.
Okay, so this time...
Strangle that little bastard.
No, you won't. The only people that are gonna get strangled if we go over there is us.
Isn't he?
Huh? This feeling. What was that just now? It feels like something is going to happen. It's the same as before. Yeah, just like what happened back in Edith. Right. We'd better chase after him. But if we do, then... is this really the only option? Maybe there's a more direct route we can take. A more direct route than just going straight there? Oh. A blue side event. Hold on. Because it's showing a blue side event is making me extremely curious. We're not saying the same thing as last time, which is understandable. I wonder if it's going to actually prevent us from going over there, or if it's just going to prompt us to be like, hey man, are you sure you want to do this? It'll probably be the latter, honestly.
Should we really keep following him?
We already know where he's going. Let's see if we can...
Uh-oh. I thought this place
was yesterday. What should we do?
Yeah. So that's all that is. Though why is it being labeled a sub-event? I don't know. I'm just gonna chalk that one up. Cause I feel like the best case scenario is that Harwood is like, we go there and Harwood's like a little surprised. He's like, huh, didn't think you'd actually try this again, but and then it just continues as it did. If even that. Looks like one of the boats the villa rents out. This isn't the time for a boat ride, dude. If we don't hurry, that kid's gonna get away. Whoa. Wow. Does this mean we're changing the future? What the? It's that same feeling from before. If we already know where he's gonna go, let's take this. It'll get us there much faster than if we went on foot. That's a good point. What do you think, Van? And this way, nobody sees us rush off. They'll probably think we're just taking a boat ride. Yeah, this should work. I say we go for it. Hop in, everyone.
Huh? A boat?
Well, well. Now that's certainly a novel approach.
All right, then. Are we really beating Ix here like this?
Hey, Oathbreaker. We need to talk. Get in here. You're gonna take a ride with us before the others show up.
Oh, he's gonna go for it, obviously.
Am I now? Very well. I know the perfect place we can go.
Yeah, why wouldn't he be down? We are always up to have a friendly chat with Ouroboros, or I guess in this case, former Ouroboros.
What the heck? He got here before me? I thought I lost him.
Well, you did your best. Even if it was a complete waste of energy.
All right, then. Oh, okay. I thought he was literally going to climb into the boat with us. So, somewhere where we know he hasn't poisoned the place, then.
Oh, I remember seeing this place from the villa.
We're in a blind spot, thankfully, so this should give us some privacy.
And nobody else is going to be able to run up on us here, yeah.
That's right. Now, we can enjoy a nice long chat without fear of interruption.
I guess everybody else coming up was why he, so maybe he really, okay, well, even in universe, it would be tough to pull the Oathbreaker taking on like 40 of the top fighters in Calvard by himself.
Although I am a little annoyed, I won't be able to unveil my special surprise.
You're talking about that trap you set up, yeah? The one that triggers automatically when you're in danger and engulfs the whole island in a poison gas?
Hot damn! How'd you know? Did you stumble on one of our toys?
No, okay, so Harwood being surprised here is very surprising.
After all the trouble we went through to hide them, we even moved them to new hiding places anytime someone got too close.
So you're making use of biochemical weapons, poisons, and powerful drugs that are illegal under international law.
Did you seriously spread them across the entire island?
I wouldn't put it past them at all, considering what they pulled in Messeldom.
Not bad.
How much does he know, then?
I'm curious as to how you learned about the devices, though. I seriously doubt you actually saw one of them for yourselves.
Okay, maybe he's slowly piecing it together.
You're smart. You figure it out.
He's just like we heard. Actually, I don't know if the rumors did him justice. This guy's bad to the bone.
We'll be fighting alongside him before too long. Just give it another game or so.
I didn't think we'd meet this way, but I'm glad we finally come face to face with the man who started it all.
Oh, yes. I've heard all about you. You're the little ones who took down the big bad emperor, aren't you? I suppose I should offer you my thanks. I sought the destruction of the gardens last year, and you saved me a fourth of the work. Job well done.
Okay, so this is the exact same, but yeah, for them it's the first time it's happening. Well, for Harwood anyways.
You can keep your thanks.
Yeah, it's not like we did it for you. I have to ask, why did you bring us here?
Yeah, why send those invitations out if it wasn't to kill everybody?
You leaked information about the legacy to attract the attention of the Bracers, Marduk, and all the other parties on this island.
Each and every one of them is gunning for your head, but instead of laying low, you invited them here.
Was it to kill everybody in one fell swoop? But if that was the case, he could have done that yesterday. As soon as everybody was here, while we were asleep, he could have released the poison.
You might as well have tightened the noose around your own neck. Why would you do something so stupid?
Telling you my reasons now would spoil the surprise. All you need to know is that I did all that because I had to.
So this must have something to do with the fact that he's a traitor to Ouroboros then.
As for why I brought you here, I wanted you to partake in a little island tour.
Okay, so now we're gonna get to dungeoning.
What? Come again? A tour?
There are a number of eye-catching old buildings and ruins around this place. Surely they didn't escape your notice.
The abandoned church was definitely interesting, but the ruins and... those are the only two places on the main part of the island. Main part of the resort, I should say.
What say we go around to each of them? We can wax nostalgic over the past as we learn about their origins. Sounds like a fun little activity to me.
He's really gonna come with?
You brought us here for some island tour? That's ridiculous! Stop spouting nonsense and tell us the real reason you brought...
I'm not spouting nonsense. I promise you, I'm dead serious.
I'm very interested to see what other kind of old buildings he's talking about.
Business has been on the decline ever since I bought this island. I want to draw in new customers, so I thought about adding some fun, thrilling activities. That's why I designed a tour, and I needed some guinea pigs who could offer up some feedback.
I feel like this tour is going to end up involving a lot of fighting.
Think of it as another 4 SPG from me to you. It'll be just like that time in Oracion.
You think we're gonna buy all that? It's pretty obvious this is all just a pretext for something more sinister.
Right! Like, whatever this is, it's going to be an attempt to kill us.
The only reason we took that other job was because it benefited us in the long run. I'm not planning on accepting any more 4 SPGs from you, so you can forget it.
Huh. Is he just, now that we're not going to go for it, is he just going to kill us outright then?
I knew you'd say something along those lines, but I'm afraid you don't have much choice in the matter.
Yeah.
That is, unless you want everyone on this island to start coughing up blood.
And we already know he'll do it too.
You wouldn't!
He would! He literally already has!
Are you attempting to blackmail us? By holding everyone on this island, civilians included, hostage?
The poison can be set off on my command, anywhere and anytime. So what'll it be? Will you accept my request and save countless lives in the process? Or turn it down and let me murder every last one of you?
But what does he gain from giving us this information?
It's up to you. I'm curious which choice best suits your style, Spriggan.
Well, he did say he has no choice.
You rotten! This guy might just take the cake as the most despicable man on the continent.
I don't know. Like, there's been some wild people who could contend for that spot. But, you know what?
Yeah. Not surprised the founder of the gardens would turn out to be so diabolical.
But why go to such great lengths just to ensure we go on this tour?
Yeah. This whole thing has bullshit written all over it.
What do we do, Van?
We have to do it. Ugh, there's really no option.
Do we have a choice? We're just gonna have to suck it up and go along with this charade. Before we do your dumbass tour, let's get one thing straight. This ain't a 4 SPG.
Alright.
We're only doing this to save the lives of everyone on this island. It's just a trade. Our help for their safety.
You've got yourself a deal. Oh, and don't worry. I'll reward you all for your trouble upon completion of the tour.
He's still gonna pay us? Well, alright.
When I said you'll find what you're looking for, I meant it.
This must be another piece of the Genesis then.
So you do have a fragment.
What's that?
Hey, where do you think you're going?
What was that? Oh, no, that was the signal for him, them to get him out of there then.
Back into hiding, of course. There's no reason for me to stick around now that the deal's been struck. By the way, The tour is still in the planning stages, so don't say a word about it to anyone. Consider this a non-disclosure agreement.
So does that mean we're not going to be able to say anything to the civilians or just to the non-party members?
If you break it, well, I'm sure you don't need me to tell you what will happen.
Okay, he's basically saying, don't get. If you try to get rid of my leverage, then I'll do it for you, and everything else too.
You're free to tell people you're working with us, though. That's already old news to, basically everyone.
I took a peek at both islands from the shadows, and word about that has been making the rounds. Looks like people spotted us on the boat. Sucks for you, I guess.
We tried to avoid being seen by taking the long way around. But it sounds like we were spotted all the same.
So we're gonna get grilled on it by basically everybody then.
Great. Thanks to you bastards, everyone's gonna be at our throats.
Yo, chill out, dude. I'm sure it won't be everyone.
Just almost everyone.
And hey, you're our accomplices now, so don't stress. We'll help make sure your rep doesn't go to utter shit.
Yep. Good luck. Try to hang in there or whatever.
Hold it! Before you go, just answer me one thing. I get why the Oathbreaker is doing all this, but what's your stake in it?
They're just members. They're just former members of the Gardens, I guess.
This is supposed to be our first time meeting you, but there's one thing that's been bugging me for a while now. There's something familiar about you. I almost get the feeling that you're like me and S.
Yeah, why wouldn't they be?
Huh? You mean they're...
That's not too surprising, given that you're both our predecessors.
Wait, are they the new 3 and 9?
We're the Garden's greatest masterpieces, 3 and 9.
Wow! All right then.
Those titles rightfully belong to us now, given that we survived the Thorns trial by poison. Of course, it's not like it matters now anyway. I knew it!
We'll send you the map for the tour shortly. And now, we'll take our leave. Enjoy the rest of your day on this cursed, secluded island of ours. Do try to have fun, my confidants.
The new 3 and 9, huh? After a while, Harwood sent information about the tour to their Zyphas. With the first destination now revealed, Van's group rushed to the boat and made their way there. No downtime, huh? March 15th, 10:23 a.m. Well, here we are, the easternmost point off Nemeth Island. This place is supposed to be off limits. Don't anybody's been over here in a long time. There were plans to develop the area more, but they haven't followed through on them yet, which strikes me as strange. It feels like a waste to not make use of all this wide open space. Our research indicates this area has been left undeveloped for several years now. We inquired about the matter with Harwood's employees, but they didn't have any answers for us. Why make us do a tour here? What exactly is he hoping to gain from this? Is Katra okay? I'd give anything to know what that toxic bastard's up to. And what was up with that last exchange with the twins anyway? They called you their predecessors, right? Does that mean they're from the Gardens too? Yeah. Probably, yeah. That was our first time meeting them, though. We did hear that Melchior's Garden of Thorns had 2 twin assassins. They were part of the unit that doggedly chased us a few years back. Oh, they've been in operation for a bit then. Thanks to Van, we were able to escape to safety in Crossbell, but things were a bit touch and go there for a while. Ah, so they were the ones you were running from. Yeah, I remember us having a few close calls back then. After the Garden's timely demise, we spent some time last year looking into their dealings. And while we were doing that, we stumbled on a rumor. Just before the organization fell apart, Melchior gave one final order. He told all of the remaining members of the Gardens to start killing each other. What the heck? That would have been right after Dante's first death in Arasion. That guy was the psychopath to end all psychopaths. But why would he do that? I don't think there's much point trying to puzzle that out. His 6 schemes made sense to him alone. Anyway, I suppose that explains why those gardens remnants we ran into at Armis were dolls, because there weren't any real ones left. Yep, and that hooded freak was the one who brought them there. Alright, they said something about a trial by poison. Isn't there a magic ritual in ancient Eastern cultures about that? Yeah. The idea was to lock a bunch of poisonous animals in together and force them to fight it out. People did that to create potent toxins. It's totally screwed up if you ask me. So, you think they went through something like that? If you want my take, I'm not sure we can trust the word of anyone associated with the man called the Oathbreaker. Either way, that whole thing is the least of our worries right now. We should probably be focusing on getting ourselves off the other guests' hit lists. Why us? If it weren't for that poison gas, we wouldn't be having to put ourselves through this tour of his. Well, nothing we can do about it now except do it. According to the info Harwood sent, the first checkpoint is a cave. Assuming the map's reliable, it shouldn't be too far away from here. Let's get moving. So, I think I've already... Yeah, I've made and eaten everything, which is golden.
I can't believe this is happening.
I can.
We need to be careful until we figure out what he's after. I want to keep Essie and the others safe.
Me too. But we won't be able to help anyone if we become Monster Chow. Stay sharp.
These monsters can't do jack to us.
Looks like a chest.
I should really get that shard search skill. Or that chest search skill, rather.
Watch out for ranged attacks.
We're not too concerned about it, but this place would need, well, clearing it out wouldn't be too difficult. Put in a Bracer Guild request and you'd be good to go.
Looks like a chest.
EP Charge 3. So there's a sub-event.
There's a cave up ahead, which means we have stumbled upon the first checkpoint.
Keep your wits about you, everyone.
Is that on a lower elevation? How do we get down there?
Face to face with trouble.
That waterfall is a beaut. This would be a perfect place to have a picnic date.
We might have been able to have one now if we weren't so busy, you know, fighting for our lives.
Okay, so this looks like... Is this a path? Well, alright then.
Watch out! That enemy looks strong.
Is this the... No.
Looks like a chest.
Where is... Okay, so that's a bit further down. Oh, and where we're trying to go to is also a bit... How do we... Oh, here we go.
I think there's something up ahead.
Huh? Looks like some kind of inlet.
Not sure what this is. They beat us here? It's Jin and Elaine! So the guild's out and about. Careful, don't forget the situation we're in. Don't tell me they're gonna want to fight. Van, everyone. Didn't expect you guys to just waltz on out in front of us. Especially not after your secret rendezvous with the Oathbreaker. No point in denying it. Guessing that's what brought you two over here, huh? It's kind of a whole can of worms. Well, or we're well within our authority to take you into custody on sight, no questions asked. However, there are more pressing matters to deal with. They appear to be in the midst of something. Wait, that device! You think it's one of those poison gas emitters? They managed to dig it up without even knowing about them? That's no small feat. I take it you have some idea as to what this device is. We were able to disarm it with the tools we had on hand. Still, a deadly trap on an island paradise. That raises a few alarms. They're gonna want to fight, aren't they? We'd like to know more about it, if you're willing to share. Sorry, but our lips are sealed. If we tell anyone else about Harwood's tour... Yep.
I see. Suit yourself.
Yeah.
Brings me no pleasure to do this, but we're blowing the lid off one way or another.
Both in regards to the Oathbreaker's plan, as well as your true intentions.
God dang, dude.
Elaine. Jin.
I should have friggin' known when there was a rest point.
Looks like we'll have to fight our way out.
Yeah. Not much leeway for anything else right now.
And I'm sure, okay, so the boss fights at each point of these tour are going to be against our fellow residents or our fellow resort goers.
We're up against the Immovable and Beauty's Blade. Don't take any chances.
Deploying shards!
Okay.
Now, show us what you can do.
All right, the pain train's coming into the station.
So, we're going to open up...
Use a shard boost to get the upper hand. Give them your all.
And then a Vandalize rate to steal that crit. Alright, not too shabby. Kaleido Fencer. You know what would be crazy? If the stuff was souped up from our craft, what is it? She's only got Chrono Break. From our craft enhancements.
I'll take you on.
And she has not really anything.
Initializing drive.
So it worked on Jin. Doesn't seem like it worked on anybody else, though.
Activating skill.
Neat. Dang.
I'll be quick.
Lohengrin.
You'll pay for that.
And we've got another crit coming up that we're going to have to steal. Feri is going to be able to do it, it looks like. So she'll get that CP up.
Perfect chance.
136. Slow. And that's all it does. There we go. That additional damage is all we needed.
Guess you're serious then.
Boost gauge limit broken.
Earth gauge, that only does 100. Let's do Innocent Heal to give us like an actual. Does that override it? Update it? No. Why is Van the only one? Oh, I used Innocent Heal and not Jabril Guard. That would be why. I'm not even paying attention to what I'm freaking doing. We have the crit. Definitely not doing that. All right. Here's a. The BS is about to start. Yep. So this is going to friggin' hurt. Yep. Insta-got.
Bring it on.
And if he does his next, we are in for a world of hurt.
There.
I should have used Jabril Guard. But she does have Celestial, so... Uh-oh. Uh-oh. That wasn't supposed to happen. I definitely needed... Let's give her a Zerum Powder.
There.
You saved me.
Yes. There we go. Ha ha. Alright, so if I had used Jabril Guard instead, we wouldn't have had to do that. She can she Refreshing Veil? She can, thankfully. Oh, she cannot. She is muted. God dang. Okay, let's coin bullets to up the hate on Van. Bring their attention over to us.
Deploying shield.
Is she gonna do it again? Oh, she can't. She'd be on recast. She can... She's going to have to cure his mute. Yeah. Because we need him to refreshing veil us.
No, you don't.
Please don't use your S-craft.
You'll be sorry for that.
Alright. Deliver us from these status ailments.
I'll give it my all.
She can Aura Breath.
No, you don't.
Because she can't use Jabril Guard right now. Thanks to that paralysis.
Let me heal you. Thank you.
Oh, she also can't use it because she has no CP. Alright, Van. Let's go ahead and show him what you're made of. Yeah. Okay, so she's about to go down.
It's go time.
And he does not Bawangong. Cost HP, straight insight. Well.
Going all in. Activating skill. Have some more.
Okay, almost got her out of here. This silvery cross. Uh-oh. Well. Oh. Didn't kill everybody. Well, that's nice.
Boost level maximum strength. Initializing drive.
Thanks, pal.
All right.
No, you don't.
Heels on heels. And Aaron is... We're going to have Feri, actually, insulating tape so she actually can do it.
No, you don't.
But now we shouldn't have to worry about... Well, we might have to worry about...
You won't get away with it.
Yeah. They're putting us through our paces, but that's only because I'm not playing very well. No crafts, so we're going to have to La Forte.
Thanks.
Silvery Cross again.
Here goes.
Okay, I would like a Jabril Guard, please. Let's relax and...
There.
Ooh, and she's going to get,
No, you don't.
2 S boost charges. Yes, don't mind if we do EP regen, boost recovery. Alright.
Come and get some.
Who has... Nobody. Alright, so whatever this is about to hurt.
Let's party.
Let's do this. No freaking... Oh, I was about to say, there's no way!
This is it. Perfect chance.
She can... not do much.
Chance.
Let's coin bullets a second time.
Come and get some.
God dang. There we go. Just have to line it up right. Alright, just a little bit more on Elaine. Crap, dude. And she cannot do anything. Yeah. Let's have on yes. Remove debuffs. Sacred Hammer. No, if we just attack. There she goes. All right. Wait, what the heck? That wasn't at least 2. Nope, it was not at least 2,000 damage. Let's actually do him. And then that critical has our friggin' names on it. There we go.
I see now. So this is your resolve.
So of course we got the stun off. Right when we didn't need it in that particular moment.
Boost gauge limit crushed.
Distend. 32,000? That healed him back up by half! Wow! Alright. But at least he's... Wow. Okay. God dang. Like, I guess that kind of shows off the fact that he's basically an S-rank bracer. Him being able to do BS like that. But it's still BS, you know? So soon we're about to get that stun off. And then we'll be able to actually put the hurt into this guy. I would like... Dang, I wanted to speed us up before we did so. Everybody's gonna team up with Van on this one. Just because he hits the hardest out of everyone here. And then we'll do... Yeah. Don't like that, do ya? Oh. That took it all. Let's have Van actually use that critical. 52,000. It's not going to be enough, but we do almost have... As long as he doesn't distend again.
You'll be sorry for that.
You will. Oh, actually, no, we might have this in the bag. There we go. Innocent heal 2. All right. Optical cannon 2. Zoom blitz 2. Jeez. Oze reached level 3. Made us work for it. I'm not gonna lie. So that's how it is, eh? Indeed. Just as we suspected. Huh? I'm sure they figured we have our reasons. What? You tapping out already? Yeah. Our little scrub just now told us everything that needed saying. So, yeah. Martial artists can just communicate like that, I guess. You guys are up a creek without a paddle, but you don't actually mean us any harm. The likeliest explanation is that you're somehow being coerced into acting against your will. As for this device, I presume it isn't the only one of its kind. That's uncannily perceptive. I mean, they didn't get to be A rank and S rank just about by being chumps. They just can't stop outdoing themselves, huh? Yeah, Elaine and Jin by decoding our behavior, and Van by making it easy to read. Up till now, we haven't been able to gauge how far we could go without crossing the line. But apparently, it doesn't count against us if someone figures things out for themselves. Huh. Knowing that, it shouldn't be a problem for us to partner up. Oh, so we can have them on the team now. Having you on our side would do wonders for us. It may even be our first step out of this predicament. So we can re-recruit people during this tour by fighting them and beating them. Full disclosure, we never really thought you were in cahoots with the Oathbreaker. Gotta say though, forming an alliance when you know you're being watched is a gutsy move. This much is typical for Arkwright Solutions. For the time being, however, Jin and I need to prioritize disabling the rest of those devices. Oh, so is Jin gonna let Elaine come along with us at least, though? Yeah, that's probably for the best. You've got a duty to uphold to the guild. But if we end up getting in over our heads, can we count on you to have our backs? There's no guarantee it'll work in your favor, but alright. As long as it's within reason. Phew. I was scared that wouldn't work out for a sec. Now we have a small glimmer of hope. This is just what we needed to raise our spirits. Thank you both so much. Please, there's no need for gratitude. Any bracer would have done the same. So, thankfully, we're going to investigate this area a bit longer, but don't hesitate to call if anything happens. From what I can gather, some folks are setting up a pretty hefty blockade nearby. So watch your step out there. I hear ya. Must be near the spot we were saving for later. Thank you for the warning. So, does this mean we're gonna fight multiple people? Some folks were setting up a blockade. One can only wonder, especially where this... Okay, I must have missed it then.
Having the guild on our side is definitely a boon. That doesn't mean we're out of the woods.
Those devices are probably all over the island. The situation isn't any less dangerous than before.
Well, all we can do now is take things one thing at a time. An enemy mob!
We do not want to clear him out, but there is very clearly nothing else here for us to do outside of going to our original destination. But them, so they saw us out here and probably just hitched a boat out to this place. They didn't know which island we were at, so they were blind dropping somewhere and just happened to end up here. That's fine on its own. But now that we've reached our cave, actually, give me 1 second, 1 moment.
A sea of clouds, and at its heart, the world tree, piercing the heavens. This is the world we call home. All rest